guys, it's Brian. I'm here to make another guide. As you saw in my other guide, the red spider one, I kind of wanted to compile all the kind of areas that you could really train some of your skills, because that was just a melee spot and there are thousands in Runescape. And I found a couple useful ones, including that one, so that one's going to be in this video. I'm just going to run through and try and show you some of the good spots that you can go to and how to get there. This guide will require kind of previous knowledge about RuneScape. Like, if I say Edgeville, I assume that you know where Edgeville is. And if I say, like, Chaos Tunnels, I assume... Well, no, not Chaos Tunnels. I'll show you where those are. But if I say, like, use your abilities so-and-so, I assume that you'll be able to know how to work the abilities. I'm not going to cover how to use Mage and that sort of thing in this guide. I'll just tell you where to train and how much XP they give and such. So hopefully this will help you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. And the spot that you've been seeing me, or you are seeing me do, depending on how I make the guide, or if I cut that part out, I'm killing these giant rock crabs. And there are two locations that I found for these, and I'm not sure of the requirements because these tunnels are really confusing. I just kind of went through a couple portals and ended up here. These things are weak to fire, and they give 558 XP each, so it's a really good spot. Yeah, it's 557, 558 XP. It's one of the few mage spots I found, because mage doesn't really work against the deadly red spiders. These are level 136, so if you're lower than that, I advise bringing potions and food. They do deal quite a bit of damage on me, even though I have 60 defense. The armor I'm wearing is just full Batwing because it has the best life bonus for magic at my level mage, and I'm level 71 mage, but I don't have 70 defense, so I can't really wield anything higher. I have better I have better spells, but since these things are weak to fire, as you can see, their weakness is fire spells. They do more damage. A couple tips: just make sure you know what your abilities do. Like, Rack deals more damage against stunned opponents, so it might be a good idea to use your stun and then Rack, or use asphyxiation and then Rack. Burning over time, AoE abilities, and these poof up when you run next to them, so you can gather them up a little bit, just like that. Use some AoE abilities. This is great if you have a Mystic Staff, so you can just run them over or something. You just run over here, Mystic Staff them, they all pile up. See that? That's just genius. Although I don't have a Mystic Staff, I wish I had one. This is a great spot. Will yield so much XP per hour if you know how to do this right. Alright, next spot. Alright, before I show you the next part, you might be wondering how to get to where I was for the rock crabs. I kind of realized this after I made the part, so I'm just going to show you. I have different gear on, but I'm going to the same place to show you the next spot. So, to get to the rock crabs I was at, I actually do not know, because I went through a couple random portals and I just appeared at a better, more confined spot for the rock crabs. So, you just run into level 8 Wildy, and since I'm on this random world, no one's really here. You enter this rift. I'm not sure if you need a certain level, and stupid skeletons attack you usually. My shift, just keep in mind, if you want to shift between combat bars, you just do shift 3 to go to your third bar, shift 1 to go to your first bar. You enter, it will present a warning, and then these are the rock crabs. These are a more open space, so it'll be harder to gather them. And let me go through this portal. That's the mage spot, so you can easily get some mage XP there. And these are fire giants. So these are the... Before I show you how to get to the other rock crab spot, I just want to cover the melee spot that I was showing you. These are fire giants, and they're weak to slash spells, so using a god sword is very formidable against these guys. And you just run up, and there are two types of them. There's a melee one, and these sometimes hit range for some reason. And there's the range one. The range ones have weaker health and give 530, 540 XP each. They do drop some rune skimmies, some rune battle axes sometimes. And then these melee ones have a bit more HP. They're a bit more healthy. So I recommend using a spell like Berserk to get rid of these. They do some good damage, but my god sword just tears through these. They aggro on you, or have a big... They all like jump on you. And then over time, as you kill them more and more, they'll stop doing that. But they do drop some big bones, grimy dwarf weed. you know, some herbs, some potions, some lobsters, you know the drill, you know the drill. And so you can just kill these, and the big ones give like 850 XP or something like that. So those are really good. Using spells like Whirlwind, I don't have those on my bar right now. Using spells like Hurricane, or Whirlwind as I just called it, or Cleave to do some AoE damage, or Quake to do some AoE damage around you. That'll really help out training, because if you have a God Sword, you can hit like 5,000s with Berserker on, depending on your levels. Armor, use Obsidian Cape and Amulet of Glory just to get that bonus. Barrow's Gloves, as they were previously known as, or Coolio Necromancer Gloves from Recipe for Disaster, are really good. Best armor you can best armor you can wear. Make sure you look at the armor and the life bonus, because using Black D'hide, that has a larger life bonus than these two, and it has the same armor, but you're using melee, so they'll technically do more damage on you. For some reason, the melee giants never do any damage and the ranged ones do, which is very weird, and that's probably why no one wants to fight a rangers in the PK area. So that's fire giants. Let me show you how I got to the rock crabs. Hold on, I gotta look at the menu for a second. Alright, I know how. So you come down the rope, you're originally right there. Let me eat up a little bit. You're originally right there. You go to the northwest portal in this room. And this leads you to these fire giants, which are what I just showed off, and here's the bones I just killed them from. And then you go to the northeast side portal. You go up. And then you run, I believe, west? Yeah, you run west, north. Keep running north. See, you'll see this little barricade there. Keep running, and then you see this portal, enter that one. I'm not sure if it has a requirement, because I really don't know. But if you can't get through, or the portal doesn't seem to be working, that's probably why. The Zamorak Warrior shouldn't do that much damage on you if you got good armor. I'm wearing melee gear, but this is technically the spot that I just showed you, so it really doesn't matter. So that's how you get there, and let me just show you the capabilities of the God Sword. Oh. So you gather them all up. Oh yeah, come on, little rock crabs. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You come to this spot, and they all group up, and then get your adrenaline bar up, just like this, and whammo! Boom! Headshot. Oh, and I just realized something. From these rock crabs, you can go through the south portal and come to a new fire giant spot, so that's pretty good.
Freezing in this house.
Yeah, it is. And so you just kill these fire giants and get max XP. Woo, 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 woo. But sadly, I cannot teleport out because they do massive aggro. So I'll show you the next spot. And actually, the next spot I was going to show you was deadly red spiders. Since those are good for range and melee XP. But I don't know. I'll just show you how to get there. Alright guys, the last part of this guide will show you a range and melee training spot. Although these monsters are only weak to melee, they are some pretty good range XP, because you can still kill them just as fast if you have a high range level. These are level 137, so make sure you bring some food and range pots. You just go to the Varrock manhole east of the palace. You climb down. There should be an annotation on the page where you can find my other guide on this spot. So here's the running. I'm not going to time lapse it for you because some people PM'd me a bit confused, and it's a bit boring to have to pause the video, look, and then run, and then pause the video, look, and run, when you can just minimize it and put it next to your original RuneScape and just follow me there. So yeah, you just keep running along the path I'm doing it. I kind of memorize this path because I've traveled here back and forth, back and forth. These guys, as you can see, I'm wearing range gear, and a couple good tips for range. Using a helmet or boots that aren't pertaining to range will not matter, because helmet and boots do not alter any range damage or bonuses. But so let's say you had a coif, that will give you more life bonus because it does than a melee helmet, but wearing a melee helmet really won't do anything. So I'm just wearing a granite helm and dragon boots, and then you come to the spider web, you just click it. It doesn't matter what levels you have. It might take a couple tries though. Ugh. Alright, there we go. And those skeletons will attack you, and then you just run along the east side or the west side. and you will come to this spot. It is usually populated because my video has so many views, right? But what weapons I'm using right now, I'm going to go to my range tab using Shift 2, and I'm just using the standard abilities. You saw my armor before. Festive Aura is pretty good. Royal D'hide, Black D'hide, no, Royal D'hide requires 65 defense, so I'm just wearing Black D'hide. But these, let me just show you if I target them, are weak to crush. So I usually like to bring a Torag's hammer in here, which is around 450, 500k GE right now. And then you just, since they're so weak and they appear to be doing melee damage, but they're actually doing range damage. So bring some good protect from range gear, bring some good prayers, definitely. These have the same amount of health, 3400, as fire giants, the weak ones, the range fire giants. So, oh, my screen's a little bit laggy, but you can still hear my voice fine. So these, you'll be able to kill these faster than those, but they give 557 XP each. If you can see the drop in a second, 557 XP each. Yeah, and then I was wearing range gear, and you can switch. I'm pretty sure since if you have a high strength level, it won't matter what kind of weapon you have, as long as it does pretty good damage. So here I am, jousting the god sword of truth. Wearing full Darox here is also good if you can get your health really low, and, you know, using the skills Assault. Since these are single way combat, I would recommend just using spam abilities, that basic abilities and spam abilities. Assault is a good one, and all the basic abilities. You really don't need stuns unless you want to combo with Punish. Again, make sure you know what your skills do. Punish does bonus damage against stun targets. The bleed effects are helpful, but not so helpful because sometimes they do little damage. Berserker is definitely a helpful skill in here if I can demonstrate. Boom. Let's see how much damage I do with this crush weapon. I know my screen's a little bit laggy, but that's because of the recording software. So let's see if I can just, boom, kills them in 5 seconds. You could probably kill, if you have a really high, 4 of them in 10 seconds. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just trying to think of any other things I could really talk about. Using the best armor, best potions, best things you could bring will maximize your XP per hour. Hopefully this isn't dragging on too long. I'm just trying to cover everything that you guys really need to know, and I believe I've done so. So hopefully this helped you. Thanks for watching, and comment, rate, and put a like on the video if you want me to do more of these guides. Thank you guys.